Hello and welcome. My name is Dr. Yvette Bordeaux, and I'm the director of the Master of Science in Applied Geosciences program here at the University of Pennsylvania. Today, we are going to be talking about the MS in Applied Geosciences program, which is now online and available to you from anywhere in the world. With me today is Sally Cardy. She is the administrative coordinator administrative director of the MS in Applied Geosciences in the Department of Earth and Environmental Science.
Hi, everybody.
And we have Amy Mulhern, who is one of our enrollment specialists. I probably got that wrong too. Okay, let's get started here. So a little bit about our program. Our program has actually been on campus since 2005, and our last on-campus intake was spring 2022. So starting in fall 2022, we will be completely online. And this shift is in response to requests from people all over the world who have would like to stay in their current jobs, positions, their locations, and still have a quality online Master of Science geology program. Okay. Now, this is a professional master's program, which means that there's a focus on helping you find a job or obtain a promotion after graduation. Certainly, a certain number of our students still go on for a PhD after this program, but we really are geared towards helping you in your career. Our program areas, there are 3 areas: environmental geology, hydrogeology, and engineering geology. So those are our 3 focus areas, and we have plenty of coursework to help you in these areas. Now, one of the parts of our program that we are particularly excited about is the Water Center at Penn. So the Water Center at Penn is part of the Department of Earth and Environmental Science, which is where we are located, in the Department of Earth and Environmental Science in the School of Arts and Sciences at the University of Pennsylvania. And the Water Center is part of our department. And this is a group of faculty and lecturers and researchers who are focused on water policy, hydrology, water infrastructure, green infrastructure, you name it. If it has anything to do with water, this is the place to go. And they have an incredible number of opportunities for you to do research projects, to work with them on projects all over the world. Okay, so this is something that we are very excited about. They also hold seminars, weekly seminars online, conferences, and they have internships available. Okay. In terms of our faculty here in the department, we have a combination of research faculty and professional faculty who will be teaching you throughout the program. So our research faculty focus in areas such as soils, climate change, mechanics of ice, sediment transport, and hydrology. And our professional faculty, who are folks who work in industry, and then they teach you in the evenings and so forth. And some of these folks work for environmental consulting firms, they work for the EPA and other places. And so they have that real world knowledge, and they can bring projects that they're working on during the day to your classroom. Okay, so it's a really great opportunity to work with both research faculty and professional faculty. Most of our our professional faculty also hold PG licenses and or PE licenses, and so they can also guide you if you're looking to get one of those licenses as part of or in addition to this program. Now, a little bit about the curriculum for our program. It is a 12-course program. Each course is worth 1 credit or 1 CU, and that's equivalent to 3 semester hours. So it's a 36 semester hour program. There are 9 required courses for the program and 3 electives. And you also have to do an applied project that we call a capstone. Okay. So a little bit more about those 9 required courses. So these set the foundations for a solid geotechnical background. All right. So this may be something that you missed in undergrad, or you just want to dive a little bit deeper into. These courses are going to really help you out. And also, again, if you're looking to get professional licensure, some of you may already have it or be working towards it. These courses will help you with the exams, and also just prepping you. So one of the courses is geocomputations. If you've been out of school for a while, or you don't use a lot of calculus, you may be a little bit need a little bit of a refresher, and the geocomputations course is just that. It's a calculus refresher. It will help you get up to speed on the types of calculations that you'll need to use in the other courses in the program. All right, so it's a refresher. If you've never had calculus, he has some preliminary modules that you can do to get up to speed so that you're with the class as he dives into the more technical calculations. And all of them are geology specific, so you're not just doing generic calculus, you're doing geology specific calculus, which is awesome. Then there's the hydrology course, which will give you the basics on the hydrology that you will need in the workplace. And then there's groundwater hydrology, which will go a little deeper into the subsurface. There's geomechanics, and there are actually 2 geomechanics courses. There's solids and fluids. We recommend for your required course that you do the solids. And then if you want, you can do the fluids as an elective. There's environmental geophysics, which is going to give you the basics on geophysics with an opportunity to come to the Penn campus for field days where you'll go out and work with equipment and learn a little bit more with hands-on experiences. There's aqueous geochemistry to get a good understanding of how various types of solutes and so forth move through water. And then there's engineering geology, and we have actually several options that includes hard rock, engineering, soils, and so forth. We also have applied engineering geology and project design. Okay, so project design is the course that you'll take in order to prepare to do your research, right? So you will have to do a final project. It is applied as opposed to a more theoretical project that you might do in a research master's, okay? And ideally, we would want you to do something maybe that's local to you. Maybe even if you're working for a consulting company, you might do a project related to something in your office. So this course you take early in your program and allows you to develop your project idea. It helps you identify that project, design your methodology, get your committee together, and develop a project management plan so that you can move forward. Typically, these projects take approximately 1 year to complete. Some students take longer. You can do it on a shorter time scale, but 1 year is ideal. Basically it's applied research. Again, it's a project that's going to highlight your skills and knowledge, maybe help you, again, if you're looking to move up in your organization, maybe move into a different unit within your organization. This is an opportunity for you to show off your skills and abilities. If you're looking for that first job in environmental consulting or at the EPA or wherever it is that you want to work next, this can help you to show off your skills and ability to get that position. Okay. And by the way, just note in the chat room, Sally is putting in some links related to some of the things that I'm talking about. And so I really highly recommend checking those out. Okay. So again, the project focuses on your career goals, or again, if you want to go into a PhD, totally fine. We can help you with that as well. You'd have more of a theoretical research project than a applied project if you were heading in that direction. You can work with current or potential employers on these projects, and these applied projects are preferred. Okay. Now, some past projects, just to give you some examples here, we have geophysical investigation of PA Route 333 sinkhole project. So this was someone who worked for a Department of Transportation, and they were working to work on getting a road around a sinkhole that kept opening up. And so the project was really based on looking at that investigation, figuring out how big the sinkhole was under the ground and so forth. Landslide occurrences at Mariotto, Italy. This particular student was very interested in working for his US Geological Survey on landslide issues. And so this was an opportunity for him to learn more about landslides. And then characterization of a previously unmapped subsurface fault zone in central New Jersey. Again, this was a student who was working for an environmental consulting firm. They were doing a project. They realized that the water wasn't flowing the way they expected underground, and they realized there must be a fault there, but they weren't exactly sure where it was, and they did not have the funds to go out and do that. Right there, the people that they're working for were not willing to pay the extra money to figure out the full extent of that fault. So he did that as his project, and that helped his company out. So really some really great opportunities to work with a company that you're already working with. But again, if you are looking for that first job, these are opportunities. We can give you opportunities, say with the water center, where you can work on projects with really knowledgeable advisors who can help you learn the skills that you would need to get into the positions that you would like. Now, beyond those 9 required courses and the capstone, you also have to do, you also have the option for 3 electives, okay? And again, these electives are chosen with your academic advisors. You're assigned an academic advisor when you come into the program. Again, very knowledgeable people who have worked in industry for 20, 30 years. So they know what you're looking for, and they're going to see which area of focus you're most interested in: engineering geology, hydrology, environmental geology, and help you select courses that are going to be a nice fit for your goals. Okay, so here are some example courses that you might take. Field study of soils. We have 2 GIS classes, environmental statistics, geomechanics, modeling, etc. Now there's 2 here with asterisks: field methods and geology. If there are certain states like Pennsylvania where if you are looking to get a professional geologist license, you have to apply to the state, obviously, and some of them require that you have a field methods course. So if you never had a chance to do that as an undergraduate, or you missed out for some reason, and they require it, this course actually will help you get that requirement in order for you to sit for the exam and so forth. So in Pennsylvania, it works, and it should work in other states as well. Now, there's 2 here with asterisks: the field methods in geology and the field study of soils, where you would actually come to campus for those. So we typically run them in the summertime for 2 weeks. So you can take 2 weeks off and come to campus, and we will get you all of your class done in those 2 weeks. All right, so you'll be out in the field every day, and then we'll have some additional activities for you on campus, and you'll get the entire class done in that short period of time. And again, be able to get those credentials that you might need. Okay. Now, I did say that this is a professional master's program, and so professional development is certainly one of the things that we work on for you, depending on what you need, right? So we will have you meet with your academic advisors every semester, not just to select courses, but also to see if you're on track. Again, if you're looking for your first job, then you maybe need to be connecting with people to do internships or get that first job, or what do you need to build up your resume. If you're already in the industry and you just want to move up in your organization, what do you need for that, right? So we're going to work with you on that. So these academic advisors are there for you. We're also going to be hosting some events such as polishing your networking skills. We'll be giving you access to all your Penn resources. There's so many resources out there that are available to you, and we'll have virtual sessions where we'll talk about what's available, including library resources, study skills resources, and so forth. We'll also be talking about research opportunities. Again, you're selecting this capstone topic, and we'll help you with that. We also have finding the perfect job or internship. Again, maybe you're in a company right now and you want to jump to another one. How do you go about doing that? And also negotiating salaries. Sometimes it's not just about money. There are other things that you can negotiate for, such as working from home a day a week or gym memberships. There's a lot of different things that you just a higher raise. So we have sessions on that as well. So lots of different opportunities to help you with your career development. And again, we also work with you on licensure if that's an interest for you. We do have a web page that talks about what the requirements are for licensure in all the states that require it. And you can go to that and see what the requirements are and see if you are eligible and what you would need to do. If you already have licensure, that's great. So anyway, other things that we do for you, we have alumni panels where we have alumni come and talk about their current positions, courses that have helped them the most in their careers, their favorite instructors. You get to ask as many questions as you want of them, but typically our students, our current students will host and ask them questions as well. Again, we mentioned licensure, and if that's one of your goals, there are 2 courses that we typically find that students need that they may have missed as an undergraduate, particularly if they did not have a strict geology undergraduate major. Maybe they did environmental science or engineering or something like that. So you may have missed structural geology and you may have missed geology field course. In both cases, we offer those courses that are specific to the requirements for the test to help you prepare for the fundamentals of geology exam, which is the first step in getting your license. Okay, so again, the geology field course is on campus. You'll come here in the summertime, and we'll have field trips out from the campus as well as on-campus instruction. The structural geology class is completely online. Okay. So careers, where do our students go, or where are they now? Here's a list of some of the companies and organizations where our alumni are. And we certainly have a LinkedIn group where we have all of our alum as well as our current students listed and where they are. But these are just some examples. A lot of environmental consulting firms, as well as the US EPA and Army Corps of Engineers. So both government and industry geotechnical consulting firms. So one other opportunity that we have is for you to do a multi-master's degree program. And this is fairly unique. It's an opportunity to get a degree from the University of Pennsylvania in Applied Geosciences, to get a postmaster's degree in environmental management from Mines Tech, which is used to be Paris School of Mines in France, and a Master of Environmental Engineering from Tsinghua University in Beijing. So you would get degrees from China, France, and the United States, which allows you to get an education and an understanding of environmental consulting, environmental management across 3 major areas, right? Europe, Asia, and the US. It's a fantastic opportunity. You can do the first part, which is 8 courses with Penn. And then you do have to travel to France and China in order to get the other 2 pieces. So you cannot do those online. But it is an opportunity. And for those that are interested, I welcome you to reach out and I can give you some more details. Student groups. We do have student groups for you to join. Anyone who's a professional geologist or works professionally as a geologist knows that these joining some of these groups is pretty expensive, but as a student, you get the student rate. It's very cheap. And we have student chapters at Penn for the Association of Environmental and Engineering Geologists, which is a great professional organization. This gives you an opportunity to attend regional student nights, present posters at local and national meetings. And also we have a study group for fundamentals of geology exam if you decide that you want to go that route. We also have a student chapter of the American Waterworks Association. So if you're interested in water, this is definitely a group you want to get involved with. Again, they have student nights, professional networking opportunities, and conferences, national conferences every year. And we highly encourage our students to attend these. And again, you can join as a student. It's much cheaper, and you can really get to know, it's a great networking opportunity. We also have the WH2O Journal of Gender and Water, and this is a particularly exciting opportunity for students where you actually get to be behind the scenes. So if you've ever been interested in publishing and what that looks like, the Water Center at Penn hosts this journal, And we have people from all over the world submitting articles, and a student and a faculty member work together to read the articles and decide whether or not to accept it. And if they accept it, they work with the author to make any changes, updates, and so forth. And then it goes into that next journal issue. Okay, so there's a really great opportunity to become involved with that. You can also blog, you can help with the design of the next issue, which includes some layout and so forth. So there's just a lot of opportunities there if you're interested in publishing. All right, other opportunities available to you through our program. Publishing, of course, anytime if you're interested in publishing, whether that be in a formal scientific journal or in other areas, right? So you can publish online, you can publish with tech people, with for tech papers and so forth. So we always encourage students who are working on a particular project, maybe they'll do an independent study, or their project design, their capstone, or maybe they're working on extra projects with the Water Center or other professors and so forth. We always encourage you to potentially publish that in some form, okay, whether it be an electronic publication. And so we're there to help you if you're interested in that. Again, that's super helpful if you think you might be going on for a PhD at some point beyond the master's. But it's also can be very helpful if you are looking again for a new position. This can show your expertise in the area. You can collaborate, of course, with the faculty at Penn, the Water Center, and so many other groups around the country and around the world. We also really encourage our students to attend conferences. These are excellent networking, professional development opportunities. They're an opportunity to get some ideas for your capstone project if you're really not sure what you want to do. Students can participate in World Water Week in Stockholm, Geological Society of America, which has both regional and national meetings, and the Association of Environmental and Engineering Geologists, which I've already talked about. So these are just really great opportunities to meet your peers, to learn about what's happening in your field, and to really, again, network and get out there. Now, for those of you who do not currently have a position in the geosciences, and that's where you're headed, whether you're doing a career change or you're just coming out of undergraduate and you're looking for that first position, internships are definitely the way to go, and we can help you out with that. All right. So again, if it could be with a local consulting firm near you, it could be the Environmental Protection Agency. The Pathways program is phenomenal and gives you an opportunity to see what EPA is like. Urban research stations, the U.S. Forest Service has some particularly good internship opportunities. Locally, the Delaware River Basin Commission is a really great one, but there are many opportunities around the country and around the world where you can do internships, and we'll do our best to connect you with these resources. We have something called the All Ivy Environmental Career Fair, and that has lists of people who are companies that are looking for students both to do internships and looking for jobs. And again, a great networking opportunity, and also to give you an idea of the kinds of positions that are out there. Okay. This is actually a picture of Craig Pizak, who did an intern with Freeport McMo ran Copper and Gold in Arizona, and they afterwards hired him, and he still works there. So just great opportunities, again, to try something out, see if you like it, and then remain on site if it's, you know, if you both like each other. All right, a little bit about the program. For our students, there are 25 active students this semester in the program. 15 are part-time. That's typically 1 or 2 courses a semester. There are 10 students that are full-time. That's 3 or 4 courses. The limit is 4. So even if you're a full-time student and you're doing nothing else with your time, 4 is the limit because it's a lot of work, right? So we have set up this program. It's online. it's asynchronous. And what that means is that, you'll given a module per week, and during that week, you have to complete everything in that module. And so it gives you time to do that in your spare time, right? In the evenings, the weekends, whatever works for you. There are no live sessions, so you're not having to show up at a particular time, which might be awkward if you're in a different time zone. It's all asynchronous. And so it does give you that opportunity to both work and take classes at the same time. And again, part-time is 1 to 2, full-time is 3 to 4 classes. Right now in our international student population is about 17%, and we have students from China, Canada, Ghana, India, and Lebanon. Typical majors that we accept into the program, you really should have a science background, right? We're looking for some math, basically calculus would be good, right? We want to see some physics, chemistry, and geology. Intro geology is ideal, right? That's the ideal. But people don't always come to geology immediately. And so if you were an engineering major, a physics major, or a math major, we can help you out with that, right? We can get you up to speed on the geology. So ideally a geology major would be great. Environmental studies, earth science, all of these are acceptable. We just want to make sure that you have enough background that you can be successful in the classes. Right. So what are the next steps? The next step is to apply, and the application deadlines are here. So for fall 2022, the application deadline is April 1st, so it's coming up. And for spring 2023, the application deadline is November 1st, 2022. So you can apply for either. What's required for the application? So there's an LPS, which is the College of Liberal and Professional Studies. Application is online. All right, and Sally has just put the link in the chat room for you, so you can click right on that to get to the application. There are 3 application essays talking about your interest in geology and what you'd like to do with your degree. And there's you need official transcripts from all colleges and universities you attended. If you took courses in the United States, if you did your degree in the United States, you can submit unofficial ones, but if you get admitted to the program, then you have to submit official ones. If you're coming from, if you took courses in other schools outside of the United States, including the UK and Canada and Australia and all those other places, you will have to have your transcript evaluated by a service like WES or CertFile, and the instructions are right on the application website. Okay, so official transcripts, your most current resume, 2 letters of recommendation. They can be from faculty that you've worked with, but if you've been out for a while, if you haven't been talking to your professors from 5-10 years ago, it's perfectly fine to be supervisors, colleagues, anyone who can attest to your abilities and your interest in going back to school. Okay, and if applicable, if your first language is not English, you would also need to take a language proficiency exam, such as the TOEFL or the IELTS. Okay, TOEFL, we're looking at a minimum of 100. IELTS is 7. All right. Now, in terms of education, and there are a few options for you. So we do not have scholarships or research positions that pay, like TA positions, that kind of thing. But we do have subsidized student loans that you can apply for. Typically, those are available to US citizens, and you have to take at least 2 courses a semester to be eligible. So depending on whether you take 2, 3, or 4 courses, the amount that you can get is different. Many students use company tuition benefits. So if your company provides tuition benefits for you, that's an opportunity. Many of our students get external scholarships, either from their government, if they're from outside of the US, or maybe NSF or SWEP, which is Society of Women Environmental Professionals. We do have funding to help you if you say submit an article or an abstract for a technical presentation in a conference or whatnot. We can help you with the costs to attend that conference and present your paper. We also have travel subvention awards, which can help you with going to these conferences or poster sessions. And we have funding for research materials. So say you need to go in the field and collect data and you need certain equipment, we can help you with that kind of funding. All right. All right. So that is it for us. And we encourage you to follow us on social media. Here are our Twitter and Facebook pages. And I think with that, we are done.